Matt looks like deers in the headlights.
What's up, everybody? It's the NFT Circus. It's Saturday. We're back. We got NFT Funny Guy back. He's back. And Broken Dollz, he turned off his camera, but he'll be back. And then we got this fine gentleman here, this young lad by the name of Crackers joining us today. With his
bit rough around the edges.
Yes.
I promise Matt won't curse now. Stop. That's not fair. I don't tag you for being inbred. No. All joking aside, no, we're here to talk about Comic-Con. Let's talk about Comic-Con. I will not make any more sad comments till Matt opens his mouth.
All right, guys. So cool stuff again is happening, and NFT Funny Guy and Broken are bringing it to you. They're going to Birmingham Comic-Con. That's right. We're not talking NFTs. We're talking digital collectibles, people. Digital collectibles. All right. Let's get that straight. All right. Because in the real world, oh, wait. Your mic's off. Matt, I think your mic's off.
Yeah.
There it is.
Said off, so you've heard nothing that I've said. 5 minutes.
I don't think we missed much anyway. Just repeat yourself or PowerPoint.
All I know
I can't curse.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Crackers.
No. I can't curse because I promised Matt his kids want to watch the show, so I'll be abusive in clean language. So I will behave myself.
Number one complaint about the show is all you keep cursing during my PowerPoints. That's not funny.
I find it funny.
I do too, but it's okay. We're not going to
exactly.
All right. So if you don't know Matt, he runs the project Drawn Company, a very hilarious art collection that is stuck in that isometric world of Karen Clutterbuck. Is that it, Clutterbuck?
Yeah, Clutterbuck. Yeah,
I said it right. Yes. All right.
I only copped the name of that there a second ago. Sorry, I only copped the second part of that name there. I won't say it out loud.
God bless you. God bless you.
I'm slow. I'm Irish. I'm allowed to be slow. Jesus, you want to give that smoking?
I know, man. So they went to Comic-Con last year, and they were the first kind of put out NFTs on wax as a booth, like talking to regular folk that don't know nothing about NFTs, and they realized that when they say NFT, a lot of people go, "What the heck is that?" And then it's more of an explanation. So Matt, and I also found that out this year too, is that when you say digital collectible, it's a whole easier conversation. So. So Matt's going to be doing digital collectibles again this year at Birmingham, coming in hot and heavy. He's got a booth. He might dress up like Iron Man. We're not sure, but
I say he's more close to Cinderella.
Yeah, I would be a good Cinderella.
Yeah. So
no, mate.
Tell us, Matt, how is it going this year? How is the booth going to be? How are you going to do it this year compared to last year? And when is it? I believe it's at the end of October, correct?
No.
December.
Sorry, no, December. First week of December.
December.
Yeah. So normally Comic-Con in Birmingham falls the last week of November, but for some reason it's bled into December this year. But yeah, I mean, where to start? I have actually I was like, I text Broken earlier today and I said, I'll have to get some photos up to show these guys what we're talking about, but I've got a presentation. So
there we go.
Right, so I am so sorry, right? But the thing is, the presentation gives you the essence of what we're doing, right? And then it would be great if you guys could ask some questions, right?
Sure.
And it gives you the full story as well. So if I share screen,
bring it up. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome Drawn Company's latest presentation, brought to you by Matt, NFT Funny Guy, talking about Birmingham Comic-Con. Let's go, Matt.
What an introduction! And I'm so sorry because I've lost the presentation of this now because I had a problem with the OneDrive, so I'm using the PDF today. So you got the nasty borders. So yeah.
Wait a second. We don't got PowerPoint here, Matt. Wait a second. Rewind.
This is
cheap.
Oh my God. All right. We apologize ahead of time. This is normally a complete PowerPoint presentation, but we're going to go PDF on it. Let's go.
50% of the show, 50% of the show. So this is the presentation that I did to the guys at NFTopia to try and drum up some interest, basically, this year So obviously you've already introduced us. We're Drawn Company and Broken Dollz. A bit of history about Comic Con. So Comic Con Birmingham is one of the biggest conventions in Europe, full stop. We have over 30k attendees there over the weekend, and they've all got one thing in common. They all collect stuff. And last year we wanted to take wax there. So some of you have heard this story before, but I'll bore you with it again. So the history of this is I contacted Comic Con before I contacted anyone at Wax or Nifty Blocks or Atomic Club, because I thought that if I asked Mom, she would say no. Sorry, the other way around. So I asked Mom because I thought Dad would say no, right? So what I approached Comic Con first, got the okay, said they wanted to collaborate on a sort of like educational piece around NFTs, because that's the way we sort of introduced it. And then I did a sell it before you make it. So I Ray Croc'd it. So basically I then went back to Wax and I said, I was honest with the guys at Comic Con. I said, this is the way I'm doing it, because it wouldn't work the other way. It's like dealing with academics. So I went back then, and I was a minnow then. I was but a minnow, so I wasn't taken seriously by Wax. But Nifty Blocks supported us. Schnazzy supported me as well. I mean, to be fair, that's unfair. Wax, Schnazzy was working for Wax at the time, so she was able to sort of like be the mediator there. So we personally, myself and Broken Dollz, invested heavily to get us there last year. And we had support from Schnazzy and Nifty, which was great because it got us enough of a budget to just do that, right? We did that on a shoestring, and it's one of my proudest achievements ever in life, was to sort of like, actually take something that I'd created and other people had created and try and introduce new people to it, because I think this is one of the ways that we can grow as a blockchain. We also, last year, we took Monty, we took Consumer Break, we took Humbun, we took Crypto Kumas, and everybody got a trading card. Now this year, we're doing it on more of an industrial scale because we've got support from Wax now. Because I don't blame them for sort of like not giving me full support last year, or us full support last year, because I was an unknown quantity. For me, last year was a proof of concept. It was then a case of going back to Wax and saying, look, we can do this again. They're keen, right? We don't want to lose this collaboration. Hence, we get the support. Hence, we can take more people. So every single creator that joins the NFTopia Discord, and you've only got 2 weeks left to do this, creators, if you're watching, and follows the requirements, will get a trading card, which we will then hand out at the convention. Because it only takes one thing to catch someone's eye to do a bit of further investigation. So the key takeaways from last year were, you've already said it, we don't talk about NFTs. The word NFT will be completely taken off all of the marketing that we do. It's digital collectibles. I've got the photo of the guy opening a DCX anime pack, and I say this to people all the time. I watched his eyes light up when I watched him open it. He got it once he had it in his hand. And I'd set him up a wallet. He was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Can I get more of these? And I was like, yes, you can. It's all about having conversations and be prepared to not necessarily answer tough questions, because the one thing, if Broken was here, he'd tell you was we got no negativity at all. We had one person.
No, none whatsoever. Everybody was
still there. Which we were surprised about. And what we have to appreciate is stuff that we take for granted it is complicated, and we're not using terminology that people are used to. So it's immediately an alien world. When I think about my first experience as a Funko collector, it was a nightmare. So we have to find some way to sort of mitigate that for people. The one key takeaway was people were interested, and Broken, you might be able to elaborate on this, but they genuinely were. We had interest. We had great conversations.
We had great conversations, because I think we didn't approach it from the technology approach. And we've said it more than one time, the digital collection approach. And people were really into that, and there's a certain the fact for us creator, it sucks, but the fact that the token is down, it's easier to sell to people as not part of the NFT investment flipping hype. Like this is penny, this is penny cash. It's like collecting for your fun. It's like collecting stamps whatsoever. You might Sorry, guys.
I have a question. Who says collecting stamps is fun?
I don't know. Who says collecting stamps is fun? Is this a joke?
No, Broken just said it's like collecting stamps, and he said it's fun.
yeah. Well, you can find fun in everything, can't you? I guess. I don't know.
Each your own. I think he's gone again, is he?
Oh, he's gone. Okay. What
was
he saying there? He was just making a really good point. Because I was thinking about the next thing, as I always am. But you know, people were interested. But we felt that when we went there last year, we needed something else. This is what I was going to add on to what Broken said. The great thing about what we're doing this year, it will have the dual layer, right? So all the external marketing will talk about digital collectibles, right? However, if someone comes over to us, because Broken's been working with like Alien Worlds, and we've got, you know, we're lucky enough to have Danish to tap into, we can maybe print a flyer. Well, sorry, we are going to print a flyer for Alien Worlds, but we'd look at printing something that's a bit more in depth to tell people about tokenomics. Do you know what I mean? So it's sort of like, don't look at this if you're scared of that type of thing. So it's time to do it again, and I'm so excited. And we are supported by Wax this year, which I was flabbergasted by. That, you know, what are we doing for 2023? Well, we need projects, so you know, that's guys like yourselves to help us out. But we don't want hundreds of NFTs. We did that last year, right? We got NFTs off everybody because we thought we were going to be giving out caploads of NFT. You're not going to be doing that. We're going to have a much more refined approach to how we approach it this time. Nice. If you want to take part and you are watching, like, you can join the NFTopia Discord. We've got our own channel. If you just say hello in the channel, say you want your project to be featured there, which is free, by the way. I forget to tell this to people. We're not going to charge you for it. It's completely free. We're going to use Funko as the main hook. This is old now, right? So I don't know if that's still the case. I did have a conversation with someone that said, yes, we are still doing that. But obviously with you know, stuff. So we'll be drawing them in with Funko and a nice sort of like presentation on a screen. We'll get to that in a minute. And then we'll be talking about the you know, us guys afterwards as a sort of like, well, if you like that, then come and see what else you can collect with the same wallet. We've got much more content. I have printed bags. We've got do you remember the old friendship bands, like they're made out of silicone? Yeah. So we've got wax with digital collecting. We haven't decided on the wording, that needs to be approved, but it will say digital collectibles around it. We've got the trading cards. We've ordered some waxtrages, which are going to actually be stickered up with certain projects.
That's so cool. Very cool.
So we're going to have some stuff that we're going to sort of, I've got people coming from my own community, from Drawn Company. So we're going to save some like really exclusive bits and bobs for them. And there's the potential as well to make sort of, I don't know, sort of like to have competitions for all of these on chain. Do you know what I mean? Say to you guys, we've got some wax goodie bags. Do you want me to send some out to a winner? And we'll be able to do that. So we've got use of AV equipment. We're gonna have a big TV, and we're asking everybody for, you know, engaging video where they've got it. So we'll have stuff like Pixagon on there. We'll have Funko pack openings. We've got some of my bits and bobs. Broken's in charge of that at the minute, and we'll be doing a live stage presentation. Cool. We're going to be doing printables. I'm going to do Constructoids as a giveaway because people absolutely loved them last year. But they won't be the main hook to get people in. The main hook to get people onto the stand will be handing out bags, which will be loaded with sweets as well. The one way to get people over to your stand at a convention is to load it with sweets. And it's important to me that every project has, you know, a trading card so that we're representing everybody, because the more people we've got in that bag, in the hat, the more chance we have of capturing someone's imagination. The other thing we're going to create is a legacy website resource. Now, one thing we identified, as you can see from that photo, is it's very busy. We want to be able to say, oh, you're interested in digital collectibles. I want you to go to this URL, and then you're going to email us. So we're going to create a very basic website, which will probably have 4 videos, which are going to be hosted by Kitty. And she's going to run you through what the blockchain is about in layman's terms, how to set up an account. That, going back to the lingo, we're not going to call it a wallet, we're going to call it an account. And then how to buy a Funko pack and how to collect the indie brands that are there as well. And maybe as well talking about the sustainable element of the blockchain in the videos. We're definitely going to be doing that in the print. But it's going to be a very simple website. We're going to get a catchy URL. So guys, if anybody has any ideas for catchy URLs with the words digital collectibles, that would be fantastic, because we are struggling at the minute. And it's that use of the right language. And we're going to use it as the official Wax meetup, which will be on Saturday the 2nd, should you wish to come. So that's it for that one, right? I'm going to stop sharing.
And we've lost everyone.
He just rubbed himself right out the door. He said, "I'm out." I can curse. Bastard. Sorry, I won't. I'll behave. Now, what's the story yourself? You dropping that recently? Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Dropping stuff? I haven't been making anything, man. I've been so busy in real life. It's been crazy, man. I've been too crazy, man. But I'll be putting stuff out again. If I do stuff, it'll probably be animation stuff. But yeah, I mean, what he was saying, I think is good. There he is. He's back. There he is.
Yeah, he's back there now.
Matt rugged himself right outside the room. He said, "Oh wait,
12 months."
Yeah, he was in, and he was like, "I'm out. There's your news. I'm gone. See you at the Comic-Con later."
Yeah. Do you remember when I did that on my first ever one? I was absolutely beside myself. If you look at the legacy NFT Circuses. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell. So you did get a bit of a presentation. We've got another presentation, which is what I call the crown jewels, an IP that I've been developing whilst I've been talking to everybody. Which, to be honest, we probably won't bore everybody with today, right? But it's basically the stage presentation, and it's about getting people to think in terms of, if you're already buying on iTunes, if you're already buying from the Nintendo eShop, you are buying digitally. So there shouldn't be any barrier to you collecting digitally, because guess what? The difference between buying something in a digital collectible form to on the eShop or iTunes is you actually own this. So you can do what you want with it. You can sell it on. You can't buy something from the eShop and then sell it on. It's as simple as that. You can't do it. And then there were two. I can't believe that. That's the only time we've only ever had two people on the circus, I think. Where's Crackle?
Well, we have two blank cameras and then us. So we're halfway there. We're a solid 50% right now. And there you go. So you'll reach in every now and with a peace sign. So it's good. So yeah, man. So let's talk about language of NFTs. So I as well run a shop in real life. So I deal with this.
Okay. Yeah.
Daily, weekly, of people. If I try to talk NFTs or digital stuff, as you were aware, when you say digital collectibles, a whole different reaction than when you say NFT. So I'm glad that you guys are going that direction. I think it's very good for the whole thing. I like that you're calling it an account too versus a wallet. Yeah. I think that's smarter, because the wallet thing automatically throws an investment thing into your head, and it's not at this point, especially in the bear market, especially where the coin is and everything. I think that's not what we focus on to make it better, more the fun side of it and the things you can do with it until things come back. Because I think that's the main thing. I think a lot of people can respond to digital collectible because there's a lot of people that collect things, stamps, coins, comic books, you name it, all that kind of stuff. So when you put it in those terms, I think it's easier for them to wrap their head around it. When you say NFT, you're spending half the time even explaining what the heck a fungible is, and it's
an acronym that means nothing.
Exactly.
Because mainly the NFT is the technology and not the face that you put on it, and this particular new business era, whatever you want to call it, the face is very, very important, because what do we hear about? We hear about rugs. We hear about $1 million scams.
Right.
So you need to at least look like a person that you know what you're doing. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
After that, if you actually know what you're doing, that's going to be terrific. But language changes reality, bro. But really, those stuff I truly believe in them.
I recently had an experience where I was telling somebody, I do NFT stuff, and the instant reaction was all like, "Oh, those are all scams, and this is a scam, and all this stuff." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Have you ever bought anything?" And he's all, "No, I've never. I haven't." No, the person has absolutely no idea what an NFT is, but obviously has a very strong opinion that it's a scam. And so I try to, well, what is an NFT? Then I found myself in the old terms of all like, let me explain what a fungible token is. Like, and then I realized, I'm like, wait a second, you're a gamer. I'm like, you're a gamer, right? Yes, I'm a gamer. I'm like, you've bought like stuff for your games, right? He's like, oh, all the time. And it was all like, I'm like, you're an NFT guy. You don't even know you are, you know?
So, I mean, there is, it's not that, there are lots of conversation about gaming, especially Web3 gaming, that we don't really see them explode in any other way. And I'm not just talking about Wax, I'm talking general.
Yeah.
And they're starting about talking the Web 2.5 gaming approach, that it's semi-regular with if you want more, get the NFTs, but you can still play the game. And there's lots of combinations to that. But that's like the street lingo for like Web 2.5, and maybe we should try implement that on other fields. And of course, you know, the blockchain as a technology is amazing. DAO system, centralized, everything. The common Joe that wants fun in his life doesn't care that much, you know, about everything that you can do. And the NFT is an implementation of that blockchain technology, one of the best ones ever. But let's simplify it, and let's just like the fun part. And how easy is that after that, if a person wants to dive into the technical terms and exactly understand DAOs and all of that, he's welcome to do so. But you know, that's not the, like last time at Comic-Con, I think, Matt, we're putting more of a attention to the artists themselves, trying to show people, look, there's crazy artists out there. They're doing this thing on the digital realms. And the market was better than now, but not that better, you know. And now I think we're more focused on just like showing people Wax as an ecosystem without going too much into the technical details. Like, look, we got a zombie game, we got a space thing, government, whatever thing. We got crazy artists. We got a pixel art game. We got another pixel art game. We got all of these fun stuff. You want in? Here's how you do it. And we've learned you shouldn't, when people go to conventions, they're on defense mode. It's like everybody's trying to sell them something. Everybody's trying to we're actually only people are not really selling anything. Nobody's giving us money, and we're handing out information. So we're trying to make that information would be nice enough for people to keep. And maybe like when they come back home and the defenses are off, they're going to see those stuff are pretty cool. And I'm going to show the richness of the space with really everybody that we were able to get on board and like I'm talking about the markets and Wax themselves, and it's going to be like real fun.
Question. Do you guys know if there's any other digital collectible things going on during the convention, or are you guys going to be the only ones doing that?
Oh, sorry. I will put my reputation on the line, right?
Yeah.
And say
that's not much.
Yeah, that's shady. That's shady, but yeah.
So, I honestly believe in my heart of hearts that me and Broken Dollz are the only people that are actively trying to educate on NFTs on the planet, right? And I've had people on the planet, right?
You want to know what?
Through a convention, I think a lot of people would make the mistake and say, "Oh, this is what we have on Comic-Con," and they have a stand, and they think that people are going to buy into the brand that way. Some people might, right? But as with regards to our pitch, it's different. It's going to be different to everybody else's pitch because it's being developed by us. And it's metaverse education. That's what we're trying to do. We want people to just be comfortable with buying these things. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think there's anyone that's putting in that groundwork or thinking about that step logically in the process. So
I'll tell you this: I'd love to have artists doing I'd love to have Wax artists next time we come visit because they saw us, and like that would be a dream. But as of now, how do you say it in English? The blend of everything that happens in a geek convention. Convention. It's totally not. It's a totally different vibe, a different space. They don't think it can ever like come together because they think about crazy ape yacht club and shit like that, you know, or all of those really, and the ones that do like there were games that were like half digital card games and stuff, and he was like, yeah, we thought about that, but it looked something to how he described that would get out of hand, and we didn't knew. And that's like a reasonable. They're not aware. There's zero awareness, really.
Zero awareness.
Yeah, there is.
Like nothing. And it's
one. And I know Matt's. I'm just talking fast because there's a. If an alarm goes off, I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah.
So, and Matt said we're making something for the creators. I think I heard that. So,
no, sorry, I haven't said that, but yeah, carry on. You introduced it.
The thing is, there's like going to be one part we're gonna onboard people. It's called that way. Give them the goodie bag, the information, pass it on, the lecture and stuff. But we also want to go through the artists / creators / companies. I'll have to decide who's like, you know, who I think is suitable for it, and just give them an sort of information page that leads them to a website. But it needs to be like Google Ads, the vibe. It should be a very professional, very Web3 marketing, Web 3.0 marketing site about the stuff that you can do. If I gave that example a lot of times, if you're a brand that's got a figure, a character, a logo, do a PFP, give it away to the people who buy your shirts. If you're an event, if you does events, do proof of attending NFT. If there's so many basic templates that can be shown to those small creators, and what's more important, it's cheap. Let's think of it. That's if you, as Nifty, as the business, wants to put Google Ads, you pay per click.
Sure.
And the NFTs, you either send them away for free, like you pay RAM, whatever, but that's really not in the same level.
Right.
Or either people, and if it's good art with commercial inside, people might even buy it. And both results, the advertisement, the asset, is in your audience's inventory. It stays there. It's not like an ad that is clicked and that's gone.
That's what I brought up before. It's like box tops, dude. You know, like the way I've always looked at NFTs as box tops is that when you get that NFT,
what's the 100% marketing approach to that? Because that's new territories. It's not exactly an advertisement. That's a Jilash set. It's got more. You know, I'm not pushing junk to anybody. I don't want to do that. But if anybody's accepting my stuff, I might. You know, there's lots of like in the real advertising world. But the fact is, for a small, medium gaming / whatever company that wants a community, NFTs are the easiest way to do it. Easiest way. They back up all the cool either Discord or Telegram to the main messaging apps that are out there that can support it, and that's something we want to show. And
and I think you know, the thing is, I think that a lot of companies, especially because NFTs went such the investment route, and that's why I got that scam kind of stuff. The reason is I think companies don't take time to look at it the different way, which is, you know, right now currently is still email marketing, you know, getting your text number, something like that. That's the way they're getting in contact with you. It's very intrusive. It's personal data that people don't want to give out anymore. With it, let's say NFTs, if someone got an NFT, it's in their wallet. We have the same connection to that person, you know, and they don't have to give their email address or even give their identity. It's totally moot point, but we're able to still market towards that because they have that in their wallet. And that's the part of the tech that I think got lost over this whole time. And I thought more companies would pick into that. Like they go, wait a second, I have access to this person
24/7.
I could actually throw an NFT in his wallet just for him having something else. And to not see that that's like a marketing cheap way to get a lot of information out. So that's where I think a lot of the companies missed out.
Sorry, just to me interject there. So this leads us on to sort of like the last strand of what we're doing, right?
Right.
With the website that we're creating, I want to create, and I've said to Wax, it's a prototype, right? It's going to have the URL, right, and it's going to look nice, but it's not going to be an all singing and dancing £100,000 website, right? It's going to be a Wix site. But on that website, where we're directing creators and brands to, we're going to need creators, and we're going to be approaching people for this in the next couple of weeks to just supply the mugshot, so that we can make us look like a collective of people that know what we're talking about, because we all know what we're talking about, right? All the gems, and this is what I was trying to say the other day when I was in the chat, right, about the IP, right? I'd sort of got myself wrong with how I was articulating that. I think what I mean to say is I think there's so much expertise here, right, that is untapped. If we can prove to Wax that we can create this thing and we can onboard people, this is an ancillary activity, and onboard one brand to Wax, right, based on the fact that we've created a couple of profiles on a website that aren't lying. They'll all be our expertise. You know, Matt does Web3 marketing. His trophies are blah, 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 blah. He can help you do this. Someone else might be, specialist in, community management. Someone might be specialist in drops. Someone will be specialist in data. I think it just makes it takes away that layer, and being able to say to companies what you just said there, right, is if you get your followers signed up to this, you can instantly market to them for free, right? For
free, right? Exactly.
So basically, you're providing a spam email for them.
Well, I'm just saying they're doing it anyway, but I mean, but now it's like
I'm a joke. It's a joke, right? No, I totally agree with you. You're saying like.
I want to address that really, because it's a good question. Yeah, it's a good question, and I'll say this: it's like, the approach of they're giving out anyway junk, sure. This junk is usable digitally.
Yes.
Perhaps, and can be made of use. It can be burned, it can be blended, it can be whatever. And always, like, companies are trying to tell you that you're part of the story, part of the journey, whatever the fuck that means, And this is more part of, for me, like when you're holding assets and actually, being a part of a community or something, you're more part of the story than just owning the t-shirt. It's a different. So there's a thin line between that and junk, and I like to believe that if you have a community and those people are in good interaction, you won't bomb them with crap.
Yeah, I mean,
if you do, you can always, say, okay, I bombed you with crap last week. Let's blend them all and do something fun with it.
On that, sorry, and then I'll let someone interject. I go up the pipe the different way with having access to that data. I don't use it to sporadically airdrop stuff to people. However, I use the data that's there to make informed decisions on what I'm doing next, right? Yeah, that's why what I do has such a structure, because everything starts with the ability to being able to understand what people hold. I mean, how powerful is that, right? I can look at a drawn company holder and I can see whether they're a Karen Burger fan or whether they're a PFP fan, or whether, more importantly, they've stopped buying stuff since I've moved away from the funny stuff. Because if that's the case, there's someone who was collecting our stuff but has stopped. So we need to find out why that is. Right. There is no way you can do that in real life. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
You can ask them questions through a survey, but they might not give you the correct answers.
The approach that is like, it's a lot of it's a trust issue between you and your audience. That we've seen some big players doing shitty stuff and keep on sending crap NFTs with advertising inside of them. I've seen that happen, but what we like to do is approach different players that are not in the Web3. Like, no real company would do that. Would trash or loyal. You gotta have some certain level of integrity, and this thing punish you really bad if you don't have it. So it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, and I think also X, Twitter. I don't know what you want to call it anymore because we're getting sued for X now. So anyway, whatever it ends up being finally called, I'm not sure. He's heavy on putting a wallet in there. big time. So when that happens, I hope Wax is able to be part of a wallet like that, because I think that's where this will start to make more of a mainstream hit, because so many users would already have access to a wallet.
Yeah, that blockchain would definitely, or
well,
I think in general,
I think Europe are pushing now for CBBC coin, or whatever. They're pushing. Yeah, they're pushing for that fairly soon.
That's happening already out here. They already started to implement out in the US some of that. So I think by the end of the year, you're going to start seeing payments possibly going to CBDC accounts. Like, so people are going to start getting their accounts now and that kind of stuff. And it seems so like innocent, but it's kind of weird, you know, coming from a government standpoint using blockchain, because there's a. I
guarantee there's a way. They'll track you somehow. Don't fucking worry. They will still.
Well, I mean, the scary part of it, I mean, the dystopian side of it is like, imagine you're jaywalking across the street and a light captures you, knows it's you, and all of a sudden it's already drained your account from the fee that you owe for doing that. You know, like those are the dystopian thoughts of this, is that, oh, they have so much control over your money. If you own child support, or if you go to court for something, it's automatically deducted from you, kind of like there is no.
But then it's not a private wallet then. Yeah. As such, there's no private wallet then. They've got rid of the private wallet. It's not a ledger. It's basically an open wallet where they can see what transaction you do. So, I mean, it's not privatized. It's not blockchain.
Contract stronger than other contracts. You can say a government debt contract, whatever, has more authority than your whatever, you know. It can be fixed that it makes sense to them, not to us.
And also it's a little scary because of inflationary issues. You know, it's like, you know, they already print money like it's like there's nothing backing it. They're just printing it, you know. So imagine in a digital realm where you could just make 50 trillion tokens overnight and just keep doing that all the time. The inflationary issues of it would be insane. So
Nifty, you can't. If you create a coin, you have to create a maximum amount of coin to be minted.
No,
you can't go back and.
Well, I'm saying, so, like, I mean, as a government, they would probably create some infinite number and then slowly impose that into the system. That's what I think people are a little bit more.
Well, I mean, yeah, if they go for a trillion coin, the coin's going to have no fucking value. Now, saying that, it'd be worth buying in at the start if they're going to say, well, we're going to burn X amount after a while. But I mean, you know yourself with a coin, if you create a coin and you create too much of it, the coin never gains value unless you burn it. And that's the thing.
And that's like why Bitcoin is so scary to them, because they look at Bitcoin because there's a finite amount of Bitcoin. There isn't ever going to be more. There's just what exists. And because of that, it's an easier thing to control. And that's why the CBDCs don't like Bitcoin, because they're like, it's going to kind of ruin their deal once people kind of understand what's actually really happening. But anyway, I don't want to get into the whole CBDC thing anyway, but
yeah, this is a conversation we definitely will not be having at Comic-Con.
No, don't talk about this stuff at all. Don't even bring up any of this stuff at all.
Would you like to hear about coins?
Exactly. Yeah. Just talk about like sex tapes with like imaginary people. That's what we need. Just do that. Constructoids, simple. Like
no, we don't. You know, and it's it's interesting. You know, me and Matt are not those type of people. Like we do meme NFTs for fun, and apparently enough people like it for us to keep doing it for our pleasure. So we're not part of that talk, and I wouldn't know what to say to half of those, overcomplicating people. I just know what to say, what I know about the stuff we make and how people can really do great and fun stuff almost free.
Yeah, one of the things I did like about that presentation is the guy opening the pack, because I know that those are the type of things that will get the collectors. Because it's like, I don't have to explain you what it is. Just like, hey, if you touch that picture, it's going to play you this video, and then you're going to end up with 5 things from one thing, and they're going to be like, oh, that's super cool.
I'm going to do as many pack opening videos as I can for peak time, because I want them to be. That's what I want to draw them in with. Look, this is what happens. Here's the assets that are created. And again, that's what I'll get Kitty to do on stream, right? I've just got, because I know you're going to go soon, right? And I'm rubbish at thanking people. So Go After All are making a video to help people with the requirements that I put in Discord to onboard, which I think is a great idea. So thanks for that. And thanks to Lisa for supporting Broken, because I know you've been
Lisa
Broken.
number one, and the planet that I'm gonna say Ewok, but that's not the name. It's IT, but I'm gonna say Ewok because that's the way I am. But it's IT. Planet IT rules. Yeah.
And please, artists, it's not a con. We delivered this last year. We might even deliver more, and I keep on scaring Broken when we have our conversations in the morning. I keep on saying, well, if we've got the artwork, I might do this as well.
We got 60 artists, mate. We got to print.
So,
okay.
We'll look after you, and this will be good. And,
actually, for us, it's funny. It's like hand scratch the back, scratch his hand, whatever.
Yeah.
We need content to give out to people to show. So by the artist providing us that content, it's a win-win situation. We're not
win-win.
Yeah, we're printing it. Wax supported us. Want to be a part of it? Let's fucking go. And yeah,
that's awesome, man. I love that you guys are doing it, man. Thank you guys for getting out there and getting in the trenches, man, and showing people what it's all about. I'm thinking people will start to kind of click into it a little bit more, because also the whole craze of the NFT thing's kind of winded down a little bit, So I think this is the best time to approach it, because people are a little bit more open. They're not so defensive right off the bat. And you guys are approaching, I think, the right way, which is awesome to see, man. Awesome to see. Yeah. So, and this is going to be when? What's the actual date again? December what?
December 1st. There you go.
December 1st in Birmingham, and then there's going to be an unofficial UK, mind you, UK. Yeah. That's Birmingham, UK, not Alabama.
And can we do a live show again?
Oh, of course.
On the Saturday. Yeah. That'd be a great idea, especially if we got other people there before we hit the pub. But that'd be nice to give you an update and show you around the convention, because we know
if anybody's around these dates, December 1st in UK, Birmingham, just hit us up. We might be able to help. I don't know. Hit us up.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
And it's an unofficial wax meetup as well, correct? The next day.
On the Saturday night.
Yeah. Saturday night. So go out and drink some beers with the boys and wish them well. So that's awesome. And crackers, what the hell are you eating, man? I'm going to make I think I found my new series of animations. It's going to be called Crackers, and it'll be just crackers. And I'm going to rotoscope you from today eating toast.
Pizza. Fuck you and your toast. It's pizza.
Oh, damn. I'm
hungry.
Pizza, man. I'm hungry as shit. I didn't eat very much last night, man. I got to go eat.
Also,
anyway. Yeah.
Oh my God. I told you I was rubbish at shout out. Monty's done the trading card.
Nice.
So
the guys from NFT Hive are helping us.
Nice.
Now I'm gonna brain freeze. Matt, who else is helping us?
No, we'll have to do an official. What we'll do is on the night we do the live thing. We'll have little awards to give out to people for being totally awesome, because we've no doubt forgotten somebody. But yeah,
and you have a couple weeks left to join in on this, correct, Matt? A couple weeks left.
So I put a very sort of I'm going to be quite militant and a bit of a bastard about this, and gave them a 2-week window, because the thing is we can't mess around with this. So the deadline for all the requirements is the 20th of October, because we need time to get it proofed by Wax and get it in a print run. So you've got to now join the NFTopia Discord. Find the Comic Con channel, give us a message, follow the instructions. They're simple, and you're in. You're part of the party.
Go be part of that party, man. That's awesome. All right, I'm stoked to hear this, guys. Thanks again for coming out. And by the way, we got Matt. He's in UK. Broken's. Are you? What part of are you in Israel right now?
Yeah, I'm in Israel.
Yeah, so he's in Israel. There's stuff going on over there. So if you hear the alarm in the back, don't worry. He's going to be fine. We're putting lots of good vibes his way. And then Crackers, he's just going to be eating pizza every week now.
In Dublin.
And then we'll go from Dublin. I'm surprised he got through almost the whole show without cursing. Matt, I can't believe you did that. That's amazing. I've never seen that.
Thank you.
Wait till next week. It's probably like a sailor
next week. Well, watch out.
Sailor edition.
All right, guys, that's it. I got to get out of here.
Bye,
all right, guys. See you guys. That was awesome. We'll see you next time. All right, see you.